my visa.
Why?
My visa was denied. Because apparently I didn't put my name in right. So
are you serious? But you have to leave in like 2 days.
Day after tomorrow, I have to be out of this country.
Oh my god.
So now I gotta come up with plan B.
While looking for plan B, I looked at the map of Southeast Asia and realized Cambodia was really close, and they also do visa on arrival. So I hopped on the giant Ibis bus and started heading towards Siem Reap. This is a VIP bus line, and I was actually super impressed with their service. You got snacks, and since this journey started really early and I didn't get coffee, I welcomed that can of Nescafe. And then they even do your visa when you get to the border, so they will go get the visa for your passport. You can just sit there and wait, and then after that, you just have to do the formalities of exiting one country and then entering the other. It was all very straightforward. And once I got into Cambodia, well, first I grabbed myself an iced cappuccino, and then I got back on the bus where they had lunch ready for us, and I was even more excited than I could have imagined to get my first look of Cambodia, a brand new country to discover.
I am super excited to be in Cambodia, especially because I didn't plan on coming here. It's actually quite funny. I was planning on going to Vietnam, and then my visa was denied because there was a stipulation with my name. I forgot one of my middle names. Anyway, so I had to reapply, but that was not gonna happen on time, and I had to leave Thailand. So I looked at the map, and then I seen, well, Cambodia is right there. So that sounds like a great decision and a great place to go because I've never been here, don't know much about it. And you know what? I've just arrived. I'm in Siem Reap, and I already love Cambodia. The people are super friendly. I just get good vibes all around. I'm really excited to check it out. The only problem is it is incredibly hot. In the day, it's feeling as though it's 41, 42 degrees. I mean, I melt like a stick of butter in the sun at that point. But I'm gonna do my best to sightsee and check out the town. And if I have to take a break and hide in aircon for a couple hours this afternoon, I'll do that. Right now it's morning. I'm staying at the cutest little hotel, and I love my little view out the window.
Even in the evening, the pool view is perfect. You can go out on your balcony and just enjoy the view. You have your own table out there in case you want to sit and chill, and it's super centrally located, so you're in walking distance from anything that's in downtown Siem Reap. I absolutely love the owners and all the staff here. They are so welcoming and warm. They truly make your stay, and hanging out by the pool in their little bar or enjoying their cafe is perfection.
It's nice and quiet right now. In the afternoon, the streets get really busy. But yeah, right now, nice and quiet. There's tons of little restaurants and little shops here. I got a little Americano because I was drinking way too many iced cappuccinos in Thailand. And I don't normally drink a lot of milk. I was having milk every day. I'm taking a break, having iced Americanos now. It's really good. There is this whole market section where you can find every Cambodian souvenir you could possibly want. I love the tuk-tuk drivers here because as you're walking down the street, they'll all ask you, do you want a tuk-tuk? Do you want to ride? Do you want to ride? Do you want a tuk-tuk? But they're not overly aggressive. If you don't want to ride, then they just say, great, have a great day. I never expected there to be so many shops and restaurants or any of this. Actually, I don't know what I expected. Honestly though, since Cambodia was not even on my radar and I didn't know I was coming here, I came with zero expectations, which is always the best when you're traveling because then everything's a surprise and everything's gonna be amazing for the most part. I mean, yeah, it's my favorite way to travel, spontaneous, no expectations. And as I'm always trying to learn words as soon as I get to a new country of the local language, my one word so far here in Cambodia is akon, which is thank you. Straight ahead up there, you can see the Riverside Night Market. So at night, this place completely changes. I mean, it's one way in the day. At night, all these lights come up. Yeah, it's really cool. I just got a message from a friend. Her name's Ina. If you watched my pie videos, you would have seen her in the one at the 5-star resort with me. So she happens to be here in Siem Reap, and I'm gonna go meet her right now. One way I always know where I am is when I see this 7-Eleven, because I'm staying near to here. So anytime I'm around here, I know when I see 7-Eleven exactly where I am.
When it comes to eating out and traveling on a budget, Siem Reap is one of the most affordable places that I've been to on my travels in Southeast Asia so far.
Look at this. This is just their lime water, and it's so limey and so fresh. And then I got a Cambodian coffee with milk. My second coffee of the day. Well, I only have one, but today's a 2 coffee kind of day. Ina's hiding behind her menu.
I'm back, guys. Not really good.
Got it everywhere. As much as I'm in love with Cambodia, and like I said, it has amazing energy, and I'm just so happy to be here, there is something to remember. It does have a very dark past. A lot of crazy, heartbreaking things have happened here. So we're en route right now to a museum, and this museum will show us and depict everything that happened during the genocide that was here in the 1970s. I mean, it is a sad and harsh reality of things that have happened in Cambodia, so I think it's very important for us to learn about that history as well.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's really important when you visit a country that you also like get to know their ups and downs and what happened in the past and how to like interact maybe with the people or just know their history.
Okay, we got our tickets. There we go. It's $3 to enter.
I realized very quickly after arriving to the memorial site that I came into this a little naive. I knew it was going to be tough and that a lot of bad things happened. I definitely did not know to the extent of what I was about to learn. Before coming here, I had no knowledge of any of this.
That experience was incredibly hard to learn about. I imagined it was not going to be easy, but once you're actually there at the museum and seeing what people had to go through, I was fighting back tears in many moments, and it felt like my heart was bleeding for the people that had to go through this. 1975 was not that long ago. There are still people alive that survived from that time, which is, it's very unimaginable.
Can't really put into words what I'm thinking right now because it was really hard going through all the pictures they showed, and they also had like a very well drawn kind of like history map of what was going on, and how they tortured the people. It wasn't that long ago, and it was just bad, and I don't know, right now I just feel like I just want to cry.
It goes to show how resilient Cambodian people are, because the Cambodian people are some of the friendliest people I've ever met, so welcoming and warm. Our next stop of the day is the Apropos Visitor Center. This is where you get to learn all about the African giant pouch rats that they use here to detect landmines, because Cambodia was covered with landmines. And now I believe they said they've got about 65% of them that they've found. There's still 35% out there. So it is still a very large problem in the country. So these rats are actually trained to go out into the field and detect these landmines that are still there. And because they weigh so small, like 1 kilo, they can go and they can scratch where a landmine is. But if it was a dog or something, say if a dog stepped on a landmine, they're too heavy and it would make it go off.
Jenny, she isn't one of the fastest one, but she's one of the very careful one. You can see that she's just sniffing the ground, taking her time, just like to search for explosive. See that she just doesn't care about anyone. Something stuck to her nose. That's not how she should notice this anymore. Not like that. So there's an empty container there. She doesn't care with that one. They could smell to the side about 3 or 4 meters away. But with the rope here, you just need to do 1 meter around, 1 meter down. So kind of cover the entire area, bit by bit at a time, just like that. There you go. You see that she's scratching onto the ground there. Our handlers press on the click. She found an item. You see that, right? Yeah, that is the one in TFT. She found it. She'll get some banana.
Hey, oh my gosh. That is so funny. He's like going to town. He's so cute. Whoa.
Stop licking.
He's really going for it. That's so funny. I loved learning about that. It's amazing just how intelligent rats and rodents are. What do you think?
I was a little concerned about like how they held the rats like in cages or how they are accommodated, but I have to admit that like what they actually do for the community and for the people who live here in Cambodia, I think it's very, very important, and I think it was a very good experience. Yeah.
And honestly, holding the rat was so fun because they just like go to town licking you, and I think because I was salty, because I was obviously sweaty because it's so hot here, the rat was like going to town on me. It's just so beautiful to walk around here. You can see all the stalls getting set up because in the evening there is a night market of food vendors as well. So there's loads of typical Cambodian cuisine. Just so many good things here. After a really long day today, I'm exhausted, but also a little hungry, and all I really want tonight is some fruit. So I came to my favorite fruit stand, and I got one mango, one papaya. She's cutting it up for me, putting a little cup to go for $1. Check this out, guys. There's bananas, asparagus, some mango that she's already cut, but she's cutting me fresh stuff. And there's more mangoes, papaya, there's pineapples and watermelon down there. And she's cutting my fruit up back there. She is located right beside a Kong restaurant cafe. So if you're in Siem Reap, you definitely should come support her and her farm. That is my fruit, all nice and cut up. I'm so excited.
Papaya farm.
From your farm, yes. This comes
Asparagus,
the banana, papaya.
farm.
It all comes from your farm. This is her farm. It's beautiful. That's her asparagus. Wow, that's amazing. Money, icon. I am so excited about the fruit feast that I am going to have. I'm so happy, guys. Look it. So my bag was ripping. Okay, obviously you can see my bag is old. It's traveled a lot with me. It's time to get a new one, but that time is not now. Anyway, the zipper started ripping. Look how good it looks. So good. I am so happy my bag will last a little bit longer, but I'll use it till the bitter end because I don't like to get rid of things until I absolutely have to. Mission accomplished. I got my roller duffel and one of my lace shirts fixed for $1.50. I am super happy. My world can turn again. This is probably the last leg of this bag, but that's okay. It's fixed for today. When you're in the Siem Reap area, or should I say in Cambodia, the one thing you can't miss is going to the Angkor Wat temple. It is the largest temple in the world, and all of the different temples in the area are dating to like 1,000 years old. So this is exciting. We are in our tuk-tuk. It's bright and early. It's like 7:30 in the morning. Ina's excited.
Excited and tired.
We were both just saying, like, it's one of those things when you have to get up really early in the morning and you set your alarm, but you continue to wake up throughout the night. Like, did I miss the alarm? Did I miss it? Yeah, so I woke up at 5. But I'm feeling great. We made a quick pit stop so I could get a coffee. I got a nice iced cappuccino this morning. It's going to be a big day. Need some fuel.
A one-day pass to the Angkor Wat area is $37 USD, and then to rent a tuk-tuk driver for the full day, that's $35. So it's not cheap, but definitely worth it. When you get to Angkor Wat, you have about 1 kilometer to walk until you actually get to the temple. The direct translation of Angkor Wat is Temple City. It dates back to the 12th century from 1113 to 1150, spans over 400 square kilometers, and has over 50 temples.
We are officially in Angkor Wat. This place is massive and it's absolutely incredible. I just can't get over that it's like 1,000 years old. The history here, there's some energy here for sure, and it's incredibly hot. I'm about to start melting. It's still early today. It's not even as hot as it's gonna get. I'm gonna melt today.
Angkor Wat was originally designed as a Hindu temple, but by the end of the 12th century, it was known as a Buddhist temple. It's crazy to think about all the things that went on in these walls, the people who walked here, and the things that this temple has seen. I mean, if the walls could talk. But then wait, look at the walls and you see all the carvings and writings in there. So yeah, the walls actually do talk here. One of my favorite parts of the whole day was driving through the villages, because I love villages and I love visiting villages and staying in villages everywhere I go in the world. I haven't got to do that yet on this trip, but I definitely want to stay in some rural villages. All these carvings that you see in the area and at the temples are completely awe-inspiring.
This history is absolutely amazing, but the heat is something else. That's how sweaty it is. That's so funny. And he opened it.
Yeah.
They do this for a living. It's so funny.
He's one of us, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, but he's just
Oh, he just dumped it.
a
He wasted it.
stupid.
So the funniest thing just happened. That monkey that took that woman's bowl of water, he came and tried to take my purse right off me. He like jumped to grab it and I pulled it back. I mean, if he would have got it, he would have ran off with it. So funny.
The Prom Temple is also known as Tomb Raider's Temple because it was featured in Angelina Jolie's movie Tomb Raiders back in 2001, so it made it quite famous, but it's also known to be one of the most photogenic temples in the area. It dates back to the 12th century, and at one point more than 10,000 Khmer people lived at this temple, and it was eventually abandoned in the 15th century. I also have to point out that we loved our tuk-tuk driver. He was amazing. This is a little family-run business, and I'm gonna link their information below because if you're in Siem Reap, I highly recommend you book with them.
We just had the best long drive to this next temple ever. It was just a nice way to cool down, get fresh air. And now we're at another temple and I feel great. I don't feel like I'm melting anymore. I actually had time to cool down, so I'm really gonna enjoy this one.
Bantiasre is one of my absolute favorite temples that I've seen during this whole day trip. It is absolutely beautiful, and it is known to have some of the most beautiful sandstone carvings in the whole world. It dates back to 967, and the name directly translates to Citadel of the Woman because they believe these sandstone carvings were too fine for the hands of man, so it must have been built by women. One of our last stops of the day was the Bantia Samurai Temple. It is said to often be overlooked, but it is actually so beautiful and well worth the stop if you're in the area.
That was a full day of seeing temples, and I'm so tired and I didn't eat yet today. We were gonna stop and eat, and then I didn't, and now I'm back in town, and I decided to come and get some food, so I came to a local restaurant, and I got some glass noodles with chicken. Can't go wrong.
This was my last evening in Siem Reap, so I took a little stroll past the night market, and then I strolled past the markets, and as you can see, it definitely comes alive in the evening. But I was actually off to enjoy one last evening with my friend Ina before we went off on our separate ways, and of course that started with a glass of sangria.
Ina thought she was getting a small platter for one, and then she gets this. It's huge. But you think you're gonna eat it all?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, here, I got this. I got a little block of feta with some pita. It's gonna be good.
We are at a Greek restaurant. I would say like the Greek restaurant here in Siem Reap. And I, for myself, ordered this very small platter, vegetarian platter, which I didn't realize will turn out that big. And Petrena, she got herself a little snack, I'd say. And yeah, I mean, you saw what I ate, and this, she ate this. She didn't even finish it. What do you say to this? And now she's even pretending to eat one of the feta bites just to show you that she's eating it.
I have no idea what she's talking about.
Eat it. Delicious.
So good. I am so hungry.
You took the whole thing.
It's so good.
For context, I did finish my feta and it was delicious, but no trip to Siem Reap would be complete without a stop at their famous pub street, because what would a city in Southeast Asia be without an incredible party street?
Where every day is a Friday, and even today, it's a Wednesday, and it's incredibly busy. There's so much going on, there's so many places to see, So many pubs to check out, which is why it's called Pub Street.
There are so many bars and restaurants that your biggest problem coming to this street would be choosing which one to go to, and they all have deals. They're all trying to bring you in, but we just decided to go for a nice little rooftop view of the street to end our time here. I am so incredibly happy that I came to Cambodia. It is so incredible, and I feel like if I didn't come, I would have been missing out so much, which just goes to show some of the best adventures are the ones you didn't expect, nor did you plan.